Welcome to Homemaking and Healing. My name is Gabie Peacock, and this channel is a space for me to talk about what I've learned and the experiences I've had in my journey to healing chronic conditions. Today, I'm going to talk about a few of my experiences and struggles in dealing with long-term infertility. My prayer is that anyone who is also experiencing infertility will feel less alone, and those who have a loved one in their life who is experiencing infertility can have more understanding and compassion towards them. In this video, you will watch me spend an afternoon in my kitchen. I am transferring frozen fermented potatoes into a stasher bag, freezing some sourdough chocolate chip cookie dough that I made, baking a cinnamon roll focaccia dessert, and restocking my brown sugar. I also purified some tallow that I rendered at home that I will be making into a lotion/face moisturizer. I hope you enjoy watching my productive afternoon while I chat. In July of 2018, my husband Ryan and I got married. Before we were married, we discussed in length how we wanted to approach family planning and fertility. Both of us agreed and were on the same page that we wanted to be open-handed with our fertility in the beginning of our marriage and allow the Lord to decide when He was going to give us our first child. We had no idea that we were going to be experiencing infertility for the next 6.5 years. I started to be concerned that there was issues with me being able to get pregnant naturally in the first year of our marriage. Month after month had gone by and all of my pregnancy tests were negative and my cycles were very irregular and painful, and I was experiencing a whole other host of symptoms that were causing me a lot of pain and discomfort. I soon started seeking medical help, and sadly, it wasn't until my third doctor that I was able to get a PCOS diagnosis and answers as to why I was not conceiving naturally. When it comes to the details of my PCOS diagnosis, how it affects my everyday life, and the many ways that I've been striving to heal it, that honestly can be a multi-part YouTube video series in itself because of all of the things that I've tried, the different providers that I've had, and the successes and failures that I've had in different methods of treatment. But today I want to focus more on the infertility aspect of my PCOS and the different ways that it has affected me as a woman and as somebody that desires motherhood very deeply. I want to make sure that I'm very clear that God has been very merciful to me and my husband in growing us spiritually and even just in maturity over the last several years that we've been struggling with this providence. And I can look back on our marriage and see that God's will for our life was so much better than ours. There have been so many blessings that we've experienced in our relationship, in how we serve others, even just different practical physical things like being able to pay off debt quicker or being able to open our home more to others. I can look back on these years and see how the Lord has applied long-suffering and more of a trust in Him and His will for our lives. The Lord was also very kind to us in March of 2024 when He opened my womb and allowed me to conceive our baby Eden, and then also deciding to take Eden to be home with Him very shortly after. The 2 months that I was pregnant with baby Eden were very precious to me. I cherished every single day and prayed every day that the Lord would grant me this gift, that I would be able to raise a child of my own after so many years of longing for it. We are coming upon a year since we lost baby Eden, and I have yet to conceive on my own again. In order to conceive baby Eden, we did have to apply an ovulation medication to help my body to ovulate, and by God's grace, He did use that means to give us baby Eden, even for only a short time. This year, very soon, I will also be turning 30 years old, and that brings a lot of emotions as somebody that has dealt with infertility and childlessness. I think the biggest reason I struggle with conflicting emotions is that I envisioned something differently for my life and for my family at this stage in my life. Most of the women in my life that I am close to have multiple children, and that is something that I desired at this stage in my life. And yet here I am struggling to get pregnant and stay pregnant with even just one child. Although I spend my days trying to be as fruitful as possible with my time and with my hands, it is difficult for me to not wonder what my days would be like if I had children at this stage in my life, if I would be starting homeschooling soon with my oldest, or if my friends' children and my children would be close friends, growing up together and experiencing all these stages of life together. Striving for contentment in what the Lord has given me can be hard when I feel often left behind and that I'm not able to experience the things that my loved ones are experiencing. Although I'm very, very blessed to have a solid support system with many people that pray for me, that encourage me, and that love me, there have been some people over the years that have said insensitive and unkind things, even as jokes, when it comes to my childlessness and infertility. One thing that I hear very often is that I'm so lucky that I get to do what I want with my time and my days. I don't have to worry about childcare. I can go on dates with my husband uninterrupted, and we have more money to spend on ourselves. While a lot of those things are very true, and again, I'm very grateful for the ways that the Lord has blessed me and my husband, it's also really hard when both my husband and I would trade all of that, our time, our flexibility, money, you name it, for even just one living child to raise and to hold and to love. Another way that can be difficult in navigating conversations with others is that many people, when they hear that you're struggling to get pregnant, have all the advice in the world, have a story about somebody they love that also had infertility, or worse, tell me that there's a pill, a diet, or a lifestyle change that I haven't tried yet that will guarantee me to get pregnant. I've had to learn to set up boundaries for myself in conversations regarding my health and infertility, and usually people are understanding if I tell them that I have a solid medical team, I've tried many things, and that we just need prayer and not advice. Since I have spent many years trying to get pregnant, it often can occupy my time. It's hard for me to do anything without thinking, could this hurt a potential baby? Will this stop me from getting pregnant this month? So on and so forth. I often feel a weight, a sense of control that I know that only the Lord has, that I have to do everything I can in my power to get pregnant, and that if my time or my thoughts are spent on anything else, I feel guilty that I'm not doing enough to try to achieve pregnancy. My thought life is often a daily battle and something that I've learned over the years to give to the Lord, ask Him for help, and even talk to somebody that I trust about what I'm struggling with. There have been seasons over the years where I've needed to take a long break from hardcore trying to conceive and get pregnant And usually when I take those breaks, I pray, Lord, please help me to trust in you and your will for my life. If it's your will, open my womb despite my efforts. In the past few months, as we've entered another season of trying to get pregnant again, it's been a different ballgame as there's a new fear of losing another baby, going through another difficult miscarriage, and also wanting to preserve the hopes and dreams of our loved ones, our family members and friends that have been praying for us for so many years. Because we know that our infertility has been because of my PCOS diagnosis, it can be hard for me to feel the entire weight of this on my shoulders, feeling like I'm failing as a woman if I'm not able to get pregnant, and also just feeling like I haven't achieved a next level of being a woman if I haven't experienced motherhood. I am grateful that my sole identity is in Jesus Christ and not my ability to get pregnant or be a mother, but that my identity is in Christ because He saved me, because I'm His, and because every day He is making me more like Him. I pray every day that there will be a time in my life where I can look back on this season and see how the Lord was faithful to us, even in very difficult circumstances. My husband and I have recently been changing our prayers from just praying for one baby to asking the Lord to bless us with many children. We see in the scriptures time and time again that the Lord is the one who opens the womb. He is the one that gives life and takes away life. God has used barren women to exhibit His power and His authority over life. We have confidence and faith that God is able to do more than what we are even asking Him for. And that even if He doesn't, He is still good, and that He is using our life to glorify Him and to be a witness to others of His faithfulness. If you are a fellow Christian, we would ask that you would please join us in prayer as we ask the Lord to open my womb once again, and that He would not only give us one, but many children to glorify Him, and that He would save those children, and that they would sing His praises on their mouths. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate the time that you took to listen to my story and to think about the ways that you can be praying for people in your life that are experiencing infertility. I pray that you have a blessed day. Please like and subscribe if you would like to support me as I make these videos.